Hello, this is Monomutaru. Today I would like to do a little tutorial on using the camera in Star Citizen. Star Citizen is a beautiful game, and you can get a lot of great screenshots and videos. And today I will be using for my setting an iconic scene, which is the hot dog stand. Now I won't be focusing so much on the controls today, those are well covered elsewhere, but more on how to use them. And so without further ado, let's go to our external camera, F4, and use our Z key. Now the thing to notice is that there is a focal point for the camera around which it rotates. It seems to be kind of in front of the right shoulder of the player character by default. It's also the place where if you decrease the depth of view with our home key, that's the point that remains in focus when the depth of field is really small, blurring everything else. Okay, now the thing about that is that one can move that focal point using the other control keys, the arrow keys, and the page up, page down. So if I line up this angle here, I'm trying to go off my right shoulder, and hopefully I can zoom right to the cashier. And okay, I missed a little bit, so go down, go back, and down to the left. There we go. So now, if you notice, our focal point is seems to be over the screen of the cash register, maybe even the back of it. I don't know how much closer I can get because I'm hitting the counter here, so but maybe it won't matter. And someone walked by in front of the camera. Okay, and the same thing with the depth of field. It's now focused on her. Alright? Or actually right in front of the cash register. So I can bring it back and kind of focus on her. So now if I use the zoom, the focal point will remain on her. So let me use my mouse wheels and back out. There's my character. And now, as you see, he is out of focus, while she remained in focus because the focal point is back there. In fact, if I increase it a little bit, you can see that even more. Okay, now this can lead to an interesting effect. Let me cancel with my star key on the numpad, and which is to set up a field of view and then move on. Use your camera to move in because the depth of focus, not field of view, I meant depth of focus. Depth of focus will follow along with the camera. So let me decrease the depth of focus again. There we go. And now if I move the camera in, I get this nice shot. And this is really nice if you have a line of things that you kind of want to move down the line and show them one at a time in focus. So that's kind of a trick shot you can use. Though it's tricky to line up, of course, because the angle has to be just right. Maybe the thing to do is to go back there and set the angle and then come back. Get out of the way, dude. Okay. One other thing is the field of view, which I mistakenly said before. That at first glance appears to be a sort of zoom. So here I'm going to decrease my field of view with the minus key on my numpad. Okay. But actually what it's doing is a better way to think of it is because the angle of the lens is decreasing, it makes things in back look bigger than relative to the things in front. So for example, that hot dog looks like it's barely a bite to eat right now. So I'm going to decrease my field of view all the way, which seems to be here. And now I'm going to use my mouse wheel to come back out. Right? This looks like a good point. And use my Z to line up. And you can see now the hot dog looks a lot larger relative to my player character's mouth. And you can actually use the camera, move the focal point around to make that effect more obvious. So I'm going to include more of my character's face here. That means I need to rotate back out. There we go. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. So this is how I get such effects like viewing Hurston from one of its moons. It normally looks like a little pellet in the sky, but I could increase it to look like the size of, say, a basketball relative to the player character. Okay, so that's it for how to use the camera controls in Star Citizen. I'm really looking forward to some of the screenshots and videos you guys will put together. Thanks for watching.